We're live to review the episode. Do you want to say what the title is, Jeff?
Assassin.
Right. See, I always ask in case you want to say it in the Jeff way. Right. Later on, folks, we'll be going through this book, the entry for this episode, which actually exists, unlike animals. So, Jeff, what are your overall thoughts of this episode?
Aren't you going to read the summary first?
Actually, you're right. You're right. Here we go. Right there. Just wets my whistle. Just 1 minute, I'll just right.
I mean, my overall thought is it was pretty predictable, but in some ways.
I'll just, here we go. Villa intercepts a message from Servalan to an assassin, Cancer, Domo, and a date, the 9th, and mentioning 5 subjects. Suspecting that they are the targets, Avon goes to Domo, a planet known for its trade in slaves, and allows himself to be captured by slavers in order to take the battle to Cancer. In the process, he loses his teleport bracelet, and an old slave named Nebox helps him to recover it in exchange for a promise to free him. Nebox also tells him that Servalan's ship and a mysterious black ship had both landed, and Servalan had purchased a slave that she had brought to the black ship, which had then taken off. After escaping with Nebox, Avon tracks down the black ship, teleporting over he and Tarrant capture a man who appears to be Cancer, and discover a dancing girl named Piri, who claims to be the slave that Servalan bought. Nebox and Sulin teleport over to the ship. Cancer apparently escapes and Nebox is killed. In searching for the culprit, Avon is knocked out by Cancer, who proves not to be the man, but in fact Piri. She has killed both Nebox and the decoy Cancer, and plans to kill him and Sulin and persuade Tarrant to take her back to Zenon base, where she will kill the others. Sulin, however, and also probably to get possession of Aurak. Yes. It's in the ship, though. Yes. Let me go back. Plans to kill him and send him back to Zenon base, where he will kill the others. Sulin, however, works out who the assassin really is, and with Tarrant rescues Avon and calls Scorpio. Right. Before I ask what you think, Jeff, I'll just say that the actor that plays Tarrant wasn't happy with this episode because it made his character look like a donut.
Because this episode is trash.
I would say most of them do, though. All right, have fun. That was Morgan's only comment, apparently, on this episode.
Well, it was well made. At least we know what he thinks of it.
Yeah. I probably liked it better than he did, I guess. I mean, yeah, it was predictable, but it was still kind of fun. I mean, I liked the and with the many times as this particular crew has proven themselves to be easily duped by things, it's not unrealistic for them for it to happen again. So, I mean, all of them fall for stuff all the time. I mean, they haven't really showed Sulin doing much, but I guess in her first episode, it established that she pretty much didn't know what that other dude was doing. Damien or Darian or Dorian, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Dorian.
So, obviously the episode loses points for Servalan because she's repulsive. Sulin is pretty attractive, so she's plus points. The rubber spider was a little bit. I think it would have been more effective if they had not had so many close-ups of it moving because it wasn't
Yes.
really effective. Probably would have been better if they just sort of showed it and then it maybe did like a quick cut where it kind of leaped or something like that. That would probably have been more effective than having a slow rubber spider walk across the floor.
Or use a real tarantula.
Yeah, I mean, there's several options they could have used other than what they decided to do. But I could tell, though, even before I saw the end credits, that it was a different director than the last one because they seemed to. There was a lot of sort of one-liners. They didn't. The actors weren't doing the mugging for the camera thing as much. Tell that there was less of that allowed. So if Mr. Darrow tried to do it, he probably was told, "Okay, knock that off." I'm just guessing, but because there was a lot less of that. But maybe I don't know. Maybe the script didn't have it as either. So because this, I don't know. Has this writer written something before? Because I don't remember.
No, it's a new writer, Rod Beacham. This was his first story.
Yeah, that was the first time I remembered seeing that name. So
I can maybe give you some information on him. Let's see, because I've got this Blake 7 program guide by Tony Atwood. Let's see if it's got anything about.
One of the 2 lines. It was weird because I never had seen this before, obviously, but a long time ago, in my Doctor Who reviews that I posted on the Doctor Who forum, there was a Doctor Who episode. I think maybe somebody slaps Joe. I can't remember, but somebody gets slapped in the Doctor Who episode. And somebody commenting on my review or the episode said something about, that kind of thing. They wouldn't get away with doing this particular thing today or something like that. And somebody quoted that line from Sulin, which I didn't even remember if they even said. I don't know if that was a quote for something else or whether it originated on the show and they were quoting Blake 7. I don't remember whether they said. I just remember that as soon as she said that, someone posting that in my review thread. So it was an unexpected flashback.
Yeah. Interesting. Right, I'll tell you something about Rod Beacham. Born in 1940, Rod's early life was spent in England, Japan, and South Africa. From 1961 to 1963, he studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts and then became an actor with the National Theatre and various reps. Subsequently, he has played Jack Munro in Wagoner's Walk and has performed in as many as 3 West End plays a week. However, since his first radio play, Sunday Voice, he has turned almost completely to writing, with many more radio plays adding to earlier success as a TV playwright. Since Blake 7, Rod has written many scripts for series such as Bergerac, which was script edited by Chris Boucher. Right. So, Jeff, what did you think of the performance of Carolyn Holdaway, the actress playing Peary / Cancer?
Well, again, it's hard to tell a performance. There's a lot goes into it, and so I don't know how much was her own choices and how much she was told to do by the director. But it seemed like acting kind of gave away the bluff in terms of, obviously there was a chance of suspecting that she was involved from the beginning. It became more obvious by the way she acted.
Yeah.
So over the top in her and everything's going to happen. That's the things I'm saying, that if she had been, I think, obvious,
dramatic when she was doing the cancer bit too.
Shifted into like smug dramatic.
Yeah.
Even that, with the tip, I started to say Hollywood, but of course it's BBC, not Hollywood. But the typical entertainment thing of the villain unnecessarily tell you details of their plan for no reason. It's like they're all like this ego where they have to know. You have to know how smart they were before they kill you. You know, instead, in real life, most assassins they just go ahead and kill you because that's what their job is, not to give you a monologue before they do it.
I mean, the writer must have been a bit annoyed when he saw the program, thinking, "Oh no," especially when he was an actor himself. Any other comments? Any other comments you'd like to make on the story?
Well, the thing I was talking about earlier, that quote from Sulin about the ways of dealing with a hysterical woman. That's what I was talking about before. I didn't quite finish that, but.
I think Sulin had some good lines. Like, what about the one about expect to make her a better artist?
Yeah,
A little bit of
I
suffer.
chuckled with that. I'm gonna meditate here. Have my eureka moment right before the spider bites me. That was a little bit, but
Yeah.
I actually thought like the probably the most tolerable that Servalan was during the scene with the auction stuff, because all that sort of played out somewhat realistically. I mean, everything sort of seemed like it wasn't as contrived for plot convenience as some things in the show. So I think that overall that part was pretty well done.
I think that was because that was more her natural personality, and on commentary, I think she said she got on well with that actress.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I thought, and everybody that was like playing the slaves and the masters or whatever you want to call them, the slave traders were pretty good. And of course, we got the second First Doctor.
Yes, thought you'd mention that.
As Nebrock. He did a good job. He was very believable in that role.
Right, so
Richard, for anybody who doesn't know that name.
Right then, so we'll go over the. Do you want to get
an admirable job playing the First Doctor in the Five Doctors?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was actually after this, so that would have been, I guess, a couple years after this, because that was '83, right, when they did the 20th anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you want to give your marks out of 10 now, or after you've looked through the book?
Well, I think traditionally I wait till the end, because people are in suspense. They got to wait till we wrap up to give my final score.
Okay. So now we go over to the book.
I'll give you this little teaser. It probably won't be as quite as high as the last one.
Okay.
But still higher than some other ones.
Okay.
So there you go.
Right. So I wasn't able to scan it because I just took this with my phone. So it should still be readable.
Yeah, looks like they. I think they changed the character's name, Richard Hurnall's character's name, a little bit.
Yes. From Nebrox to Nobobot to No Bollocks.
Yeah, that's the joke this week. I'm surprised they didn't make a Doctor Who joke about him, but whatever. Maybe later. You describe the story, it's nothing, it's of no value. See, I thought it would be... dang it, now I forgot the line. I said it at the time. Oh, when Sulin says... this is stupid, I have to think.
Yeah.
That would be what it was. Really stupid, aren't they? That was when I knew for sure, because I'm like, that's where she's trying to pretend to be stupid too much.
Yeah.
I like that Servalan or Sleer or whatever her bloody name is now. That's a good reference to her. As a hired as someone to assassinate the Liberator or Scorpio, whatever they are now.
And could you read
Somehow
out?
I'm once again relating to the authors of this book and their descriptions.
Yeah, I'd like it if you read out the story section.
All right, I will. The Doctor has been recalled to Gallifrey following a premonition of the President's assassination. While seemingly trying to stop the assassination, he instead appears to shoot the President during some ceremony or something. After some prating about, he's hooked up to the Matrix and has a wacky dream about clowns, surgeons, spy planes, and the tiniest train you've ever seen. In the end, it turns out it was the Master, and everyone goes home.
Chinese train. And even...
Of course, women who don't know, that is a reference to the Doctor Who story, The Deadly Assassin. Although why they picked that one, I'm not quite sure, considering that the Doctor Who actor in this played the first Doctor, not the fourth, so I'm not really sure why they... Anyway.
Because that story was called The Assassin.
Oh, okay. I see now.
Right. I like how they put tiniest train in tiny letters.
Yeah.
There we go for you to read out, if you will.
I'm not sure what done the knowledge means.
I think that's funny. Done the knowledge. I've done the knowledge.
What does it mean?
I don't know. I've just read it, but it sounds good. It could be a new phrase.
This is the only episode, with several exceptions, where Sulin looks lovely. No, I thought they would say she looks especially lovely in this episode, because I think she did. You know, something about the hairdo, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, she was looking pretty kicking. Servalan appears to be pulled around the studio by an invisible thread attached to her belly button. Okay. Unusual to see circular wipes on Blake 7.
You know, like in Star Wars,
Right.
where they would go. Yeah, I did remember seeing one, yeah.
It didn't make any particular impression on me, but anyway.
Right, yep. Pages to fill. Oh, right, gotta go to the next one now. There we go.
I loved Darrow's acting when he first approached his Ben. Yeah, I thought he was actually pretty good. Personality slightly. Action in this episode. Yeah, I guess. We bet that Nebrock stinks. So the random swipe at Richard Herndl.
Oh, wasn't alive enough.
There were a record 408 complaints to the BBC regarding Caroline Holdaway's acting.
Now, that might, I don't
Somehow,
know.
don't
It's
think that's
probably
true.
fake, but it's possible that could be true.
Somehow I think that's probably not true.
Mind you, it had viewers of about 12 million. I mean, there must have been more than 408
By
people
this
who noticed the
time,
bad
are there
acting.
really still that many viewers at this time? Man,
There were only 3 channels at the time. There were only 3 channels. They only had 3 channels at the time.
It doesn't say much for the stuff that was opposite on the other channels. It must have been pretty bad. All right. Nebrox has a glass of green. I'm not sure why. They're always obsessed with that. We don't get to see enough purple in Blake, so I agree. There was that special, the purple lighting on the gun. Her hair shaped into an upended baguette. Yeah, that was an interesting hairdo.
Is that a typo? Her brooch? actually brooch.
Brooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled, I think. Must be from Dutch. I have those double O's that are pronounced like O. Yeah, I learned that as a kid because we had a family and spelled VRO. We look at it and I think it was Vroom. There's not only the highlight of this series, but of the BBC's output since forever, ever. Don't think so. Even's feeling the pinch, crack his drip. Yeah, but he's not usually very good with his puns. So character. Red all around at the end. Now Villa specifically referred to that stuff as wine, so they don't have to call it red anymore. But they do anyway. Domo. Yeah, I wonder how the Japanese feel about the planet Domo being a slave planet.
Oh, well.
It's a unit of currency, not to be confused with space burn. See, I can never get, like, that's the thing, that's the disconnect here, is I can never get people on your R's either way. Like, when there's R's in words, it doesn't sound like they're I sound like Vern to me. It sounded like Finn almost. So anyway, and then add R's to words. Like every time I hear something, this is on Doctor Who and Blake 7, have had something that referred to something that was Dawn over and over again. But every time I heard it, it sounded like Dorn. Cooler, like when I first saw the Doctor Who story Galaxy 4, because it kept referring to. It was like it's going to happen in 3 Dorns. I was like, oh, that's cool. They didn't just do, a dumb thing where they refer to Earth time because, they wouldn't on this other planet. But then I realized they were actually saying dawn, D-A-W-N, and then it wasn't quite as cool.
Well, do I say it? Well, how do I say this thing that you're talking about? Do I say it in a way that you don't like either, or notice
Dawn?
a difference? Or?
I don't know. Say dawn.
Dawn.
That's kind of in between. I mean, since I knew what you were saying, but if I had just heard, you say it casually, I don't know. But yeah.
Well, what other word do you want me to sound like apart from dawn?
Dorn, like it has an R, like D-O-R-N.
Dawn.
Right. That sounded more R that time, yeah.
But to me, it sounds the same.
Something about the way that sound, it drags it out in a way that inserts like extra sound in there somewhere. But anyway, there's been your linguistics lesson, folks, for today.
So you hear a difference between, you hear 2 types of dawn, or you think someone puts an R in it?
Yes. You didn't understand what I said?
Well, I've not got the best hearing. So how do they say it?
It's sort of you've referred to the Shakespearean, the Rada or whatever accent.
Yeah.
And it's when people are speaking in that, where when they say words like dawn, they say it in this kind of, I don't know what other word to say other than stuffy way.
Right.
Just draw it up into a fancy sounding, say 14 dawns.
Right.
And when you say it that way, it sounds like you added an R in there, like it's D-O-R-N-S.
Right, okay.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
I mean,
so probably you naturally wouldn't say it as much that way because, as we've established, you don't have that accent naturally. So
right.
You said it as less that way, but when you say it in that way, where that kind of fancier sounding way, then it sounds more like that.
Right. Okay. The thing he used to roll his R's, the actor who played Blake. There were certain times when he would roll his R's as Blake. But
it was like in the last episode in reverse because the guy's name was Muller with an R, but everyone who said his name, including you, I didn't hear an R at all. It just sounded like Muller.
Muller, yeah.
Yeah, like it was Mullah.
Yeah, just Muller.
Australians are the ones that do that the most, where like words like here, HERE, become sound pronounced like they're HIHHHHH. It's here. When I hear Australians talk, and then I'm like, man, how do you spell that? How many H's are at the end of that word?
Right then, so the climax. What do you give it out of 10? Jeff?
I will give this one a 5.
That's quite high for
It's
you.
about. Well, it's, I give the last one a 6. This one wasn't quite as enjoyable. The over dramaticness of what's her face, and the sort of telegraphed way that happened was a little bit. But it wasn't boring. That's the thing, is that or if it had been boring, but it held my interest the whole time. So I have to give it at least a 5 for being able to do that. So.
Right, so the previous episode, Headhunter, you gave that a 6, I think.
Yeah.
And then before that, Animals, I don't know if you gave that 2 or 3. I can't remember.
I think it was 2.
Right.
Might have been 3, though. I can't remember.
I don't know what you think of the next one.
I
know that I like it.
The next one is called Games.
Yeah, all I'll say is that the guest actor is good.
All right. Well, hopefully I agree.
Oh, I think you will. Right, 99.9% sure that you're not going to say that guy was rubbish.
Not unless he is. Even then I probably wouldn't say that. Well, now that you've said it, now I'll have to. But
I'll be interested if you have to say, because this guy's pretty darn good. So we shall see what we shall see.
Regardless, just but anyway, yeah.
I actually quite like this one. I'll give this one about an 8. But you see, Caroline Holdaway's performances.
What do you like about it? Like, what are the?
I like the plot.
Good. Okay.
It's just that, remember when I first saw this, I didn't notice bad acting.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So when you saw it the first time, though, regardless of the acting itself, was it obvious to you that the guy, or
No.
did you not?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Well, you were younger then, so.
Yeah.
Probably had seen less shows,
Yep.
less opportunities to see good,
Well, yeah, it's like I said, the performance of her, it sort of gives it away.
Right. Yeah, she might as well have been holding a sign.
Yeah.
In the actual, stage melodrama, where they sometimes have them wear like signs that say, or things like that, She wear a sign. It's really me. I'm the real cancer. Now,
Right.
how that could have still been saved and made the episode a lot better is that actually at the end they reveal that it wasn't even her; it was some other person that was controlling her. She was just the face of cancer.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it would have been quite a bit different. And they also overwrote the character to be stupid as well. They went too far in that direction.
Yeah, obviously as this like entertainer family, like she would have had to have common sense and street smarts of some kind. It's kind of hard to believe that she would just be completely clueless about everything. So I think she played that up too much.
And that thing with Tarrant, saying to Tarrant, "I don't like clever people," and he like snuggles up to him. And at least the actor had the common sense to like give her a reaction shot. Probably thinking,
But
okay,
that is
I'll let that slide
realistic in
because you're hot.
It is realistic in that there are a lot of, men and women who will play dumb to appeal to, because that's more attractive to them. I remember an episode of a particular comedy show that a kid pretending like he was dumb to get along with this girl that was also dumb.
Right.
So, like, nerds.
Right. I see.
So yeah, it's a realistic real life scenario. And in Taryn's case, he doesn't really have to dumb himself down much. So
Yes. Certainly, as I've been watching them again with you, Tarrant is not holding up well, shall we say.
he makes. I mean, he serves his purpose of making Villa look better.
Yes.
Like, he seems more competent by comparison.
Yeah. He just. Yeah. I mean, like I said, when it was Blake was an equal, or if not, well, probably stronger than Avon because Blake had the ability to, because he had Jenna on side and because he is more charisma than Avon.
Yeah, he was more of a natural leader. He established that people tended to follow him, a little more skeptical of Avon because they sort of get rid of the fact that he's thinking of himself first, whereas he had his own personal mission. He seemed to be much more cognizant of everyone else's, whatever you want to call it.
Right then. I think we'll leave it at that. Anything else to add?
I miss Jenna.
Yes, so do I. And I miss her pink jeans as well.
Yeah. And they don't even have the Liberator anymore, so there's no chance that Sulin will dig in the wardrobe and wear Jenna's outfits.
Well, maybe.
There's an amazing climax where in the final episode where it happens. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye, folks.
All right, bye.